Here's a new set of indie games to look forward to, beginning with Hellbreach Vegas, an intense wave-based first-person shooter set in Sin City, where of course a hell breach has opened up and demons are invading the city, so you have to fight your way out. It looks okay for an indie title and has a little bit of a killing floor vibe to the game and might be fun with friends. I caught wind of this game on Twitter, so if you're a developer, be sure to follow me there and share your game, where Checkmate Showdown is chess crossed with a fighting game, which sure seems unique. There are humanoid versions of chess pieces, where engaging a piece switches the combat to a 2D fighting game, where the different pieces fit different fighting game archetypes with various advantages and disadvantages. However, I do think it's very weird, since I don't think the Venn diagram of chess players and fighting game players intersect at all, so I have no idea who this is for, but I'm glad it exists. This video is brought to you by Ash of Gods The Way, a turn-based tactical deck-building puzzle game that looks gorgeous, being a spin-off of the excellent tactical RPG Ash of Gods Redemption from 2018, but no prior knowledge of that title is required. You are battling your way through a series of major tournaments, assembling decks of fighters, equipment and spells from 4 different factions in order to battle your way to victory. The art style here is a highlight, really having a gorgeous hand-drawn look, where it does add in visual novel-like elements and narrative choices to make with regards to the characters and scenarios that you encounter. The different battlefields are unique and provide a tactical challenge to wrap your head around, where this game got a major update back in July, adding a new game mode that allows you to continue playing after the completion of the story campaign with increased difficulty, a new deck that allows you to play as the villains, as well as various quality of life improvements and changes, so if interested, pick it up via the link in the description below. The next game from developer Hexage is Flying Tank, a classically designed side-scrolling shoot-'em-up that looks okay, where this developer has been releasing games on Steam since 2014 to a very modest level of success, so I don't blame you if you've not heard of them. It's a self-styled bullet hell title, but it is not as extreme as some of those Japanese games, where there appears to be quite a number of weapons, special abilities and upgrades. There will be 24 missions where you face off against 3 different factions, so that should be plenty of variety in enemies, where I do have a soft spot for this genre, which is why I wanted to cover it, not to mention this absolutely sick art. I was browsing Steam and chanced upon Tenebris Terra Incognita, a turn-based tactical RPG that reminded me of Darkest Dungeon and Errata's Lord of the Dead, but where it is sci-fi instead and is not a roguelite as far as I can tell. Rather, it takes inspiration from XCOM in that you have a central base in your vessel where you are planning missions, healing injured crew members, buying weapons and armor, and hiring new recruits, going out on missions to rescue the survivors from an earlier mission who crashed their ship. There are horrifying bugs and aliens to battle, which looks like a challenge, although the art isn't exactly the most eye-catching, but still might be of interest. Similarly, another title from Twitter is Grow the Seed, wait for it, roguelite deck builder title where it's not exactly about combat but survival instead, as you play various cards to keep the plant alive. I love how weird this game is, being something that you can only find in indie games, since where else will you find a game like this, where you're playing actions like growing your roots, absorbing sunlight, photosynthesis, gaining resources and more. There is conflict in the traditional sense with the presence of pests in birds and bugs, resulting in quite the interesting and atypical game.
No wonder our king chose you for this mission. You're more than worthy of this disgusting land.
I just covered GORD while previewing the upcoming games of August, where this grimdark adventure strategy colony sim based on Slavic mythology looks awesome, where in the lead up to release, they are slowly revealing more about the game, including the monstrous creature seen at the start of this trailer.
You anger the forest and the horrors. You anger us!
It feels very much like The Witcher in terms of setting and vibe, looking pretty impressive, where it will be out in 2 weeks, so keep an eye on this.
No one can match the wrath of Svarog and the might of Shmi, the prince of the underworld!
Everyone, ready your weapons and fight!
Not happy to see me, sister.
When our world was split, our fate was sealed. I remember the songs of my youth. I remember when silence fell.
While searching for strategy games, Songs of Silence came up among the most anticipated titles, where it's a turn-based kingdom management title that looks like a 4X strategy game on the surface, but it does have real-time combat on an epic scale instead. As such, it might be closer to the Heroes of Might and Magic-like title Heroes Hour, but instead of having auto-battling, you do seem to be able to command your units in a fashion similar to Total War. It has a great look as well and seems neat, where interestingly, this developer last released 2 games on Steam in 2015, so I'm not sure what they've been up to since then.
Okay, we need to round up supplies so that we can send them back to the settlement. We're running out of time though, and a herd is coming, so let's split up and get this done. Look out for anyone acting suspicious.
Yes, zombies are still a thing, where I just covered excellent zombie indie games 2 weeks ago, where a high potential title is The Walking Dead Betrayal, one that is based on the popular IP, which makes it not so indie, but there are no named characters per se from the comics or the TV series, but rather it's just set in the same world. This is a social deduction title where the survivors are working together, scavenging resources, cooking food and finding a way to escape, but where of course there's a traitor in your midst. This comes to us from the developer of Project Winter, which is an excellent one of these, so I'm pretty sure this will turn out well. I have quite the teaser here where we've not gotten a full look at this game yet, but hardcore indie game fans will find the art style very familiar since it resembles Luca Born of a Dream, where indeed Death of a Wish is the next game from this developer and is an action-adventure RPG, so based on the pedigree, do add this to your wishlist where you can find more upcoming Zelda-style games in this video.